Have you ever grappled with the historical accuracy of the Bible? Ever wondered if the walls of Jericho really did come tumbling down? Today, we delve into the enigma of Jericho's walls, a subject that has sparked debate and intrigue among biblical archaeologists for decades. The city of Jericho, one of the oldest settlements in the world, is nestled in the Jordan Valley. Its history is as complex as its archaeological record, with numerous walls built and rebuilt during the Bronze Age. But which of these walls fell at the hands of Joshua's army? This question is not just about bricks and mortar. It's about aligning the biblical account with the archaeological evidence. It's about the authenticity of the Bible itself. Determining the precise date of Jericho's destruction by Joshua's army is crucial. It has implications on the dating of the Exodus and the conquest of Canaan. But here's the catch. There's disagreement among biblical archaeologists about the dating of Jericho's walls. Some argue for a Middle Bronze Age date, while others insist on an early Bronze Age date. This divergence of opinion isn't simply academic. It's about the cultural and historical context of the Bible. The walls that fell for Joshua weren't just any walls. They represented the fall of a pagan Canaanite city and the rise of a city under the tribe of Benjamin. This shift is evident in the archaeological record, with distinct cultural differences before and after the destruction of the wall believed to have been destroyed by Joshua. But which wall is it? One wall, dating back to the early Bronze IIIB period, is a strong contender. It's been heavily burned and shows signs of casemate construction, characteristics that align with the biblical account. However, its secular date of around 2350 BC doesn't quite match the biblical date of 1400 BC. So here we are, caught between the Bible and the spade, between faith and science. But what if we told you there's a wall that might just fit the biblical timeline? Jericho, one of the world's oldest cities, is a treasure trove of archaeological wonders. Nestled in the Jordan Valley, this ancient city has been a cradle of civilization since around 9000 BC. Its location, coupled with a reliable year-round spring, made it an attractive settlement for the early inhabitants. The city of Jericho is a testament to human resilience and innovation. Its people have seen civilizations rise and fall, have weathered natural disasters, and have adapted to changes. These layers of history are embedded in the city's architecture, particularly its walls. The walls of Jericho are a complex tapestry of human endeavor. They tell histories of protection, conquest, and change. Over the ages, numerous walls have been built, each one bearing the mark of its era. The Bronze Age, in particular, saw a flurry of construction activity. These walls, remnants of a bygone era, present a fascinating puzzle for archaeologists. Each wall, with its unique construction and purpose, adds a piece to the puzzle, helping us understand the city's past. Among these walls, the early Bronze IIIB wall stands out. This wall, built with a unique casemate construction, is composed of parallel inner and outer walls linked by short walls. It bears the scars of a violent end, evidence of heavy burning. This has led scholars to consider it as a potential candidate for the wall destroyed by Joshua. The significance of this wall cannot be overstated. Its destruction marked a pivotal moment in the history of Jericho. It signaled the end of the Canaanite reign and the beginning of a new era under the tribe of Benjamin. This change is evident in the cultural discontinuity observed in the archaeological record before and after the wall's destruction. So we find ourselves at a crossroads, staring at this charred relic from the past. Could this be the wall that crumbled under the power of faith and a trumpet's call? The answer to this question may lie buried in the sands of time, waiting to be unearthed. But one thing is certain. The walls of Jericho continue to whisper histories of a past that shaped the course of history. The early Bronze IIIB wall of Jericho has been a point of contention among scholars. The heart of this contention lies in the divergence of biblical and standard timelines. According to the Bible, Joshua's conquest of Jericho took place around 1400 BC, however. Secular dating places the destruction of the early Bronze IIIB wall at around 2350 BC. This discrepancy of nearly 1,000 years has led to disagreements among biblical archaeologists about which wall Joshua's army actually brought down. This divergence is not just about dates and timelines, but it also signifies a remarkable cultural discontinuity. With Joshua's conquest, the city of Jericho underwent a dramatic transformation. The pagan Canaanites were replaced by the tribe of Benjamin, marking a significant cultural shift. This shift is not just a biblical narrative, but also finds support in the archaeological evidence. Archaeologists have noted distinct cultural differences before and after the destruction of the early Bronze 3B wall, providing tangible evidence of this biblical event. So what's so special about the early Bronze 3B wall? Well, it's not your average city wall. It had a unique casemate construction composed of parallel inner and outer walls linked by short walls. This design would have served as an effective defense mechanism against invaders, making its downfall all the more significant. But perhaps the most compelling evidence lies in the signs of heavy burning on the wall. This supports the biblical account of Joshua's conquest, where the city and all that is within it were set on fire. So we return to our question, does this wall bear the marks of Joshua's conquest? As we delve deeper into the biblical account in our next scene, we'll explore how the evidence aligns with the Word of God. But for now, we leave you with food for thought. The early Bronze 3B Wall of Jericho, a monument of ancient history, stands at the crossroads of faith and archaeology, echoing histories of conquest and cultural shifts. It's not just a wall, it's a testament to a pivotal moment in the history of an ancient city. The Bible paints a vivid picture of the fall of Jericho in the book of Joshua. In the 6th chapter, verses 20 to 21, we find a detailed account of this monumental event. It reads, "When the trumpets sounded, the army shouted, and at the sound of the trumpet, when the men gave a loud shout, the wall collapsed. So everyone charged straight in, and they took the city. They devoted the city to the Lord and destroyed with the sword every living thing in it, men and women, young and old, cattle, sheep and donkeys." This account, as dramatic as it is, finds an interesting correlation with the archaeological discoveries related to the early Bronze 3B Wall of Jericho. This wall, unlike the others, was constructed with a unique casemate design with parallel inner and outer walls linked by short walls. The evidence of heavy burning supports the biblical narrative of a city taken by force, its walls brought down in a blaze. The timing of this wall's destruction is crucial. The secular date of its fall, around 2350 BC, diverges from the biblical date of 1400 BC, a discrepancy that has invited much debate. However, the cultural discontinuity that followed the destruction of this wall, as evidenced by the archaeological record, aligns with the biblical account. The pagan Canaanites who once inhabited the city were replaced by members of the tribe of Benjamin, a shift that aligns with the biblical narrative of the Israelites taking over the city. The book of Joshua's account and the archaeological evidence seem to be two pieces of the same puzzle, each providing context and depth to the other. The Bible's detailed account of the city's fall and the tangible remnants of the early Bronze 3B wall offer a compelling correlation that is hard to dismiss. Could the biblical account of Jericho's fall and the archaeological evidence be telling the same story? So, did the walls of Jericho really come tumbling down as the Bible recounts? We've journeyed through the enigma of Jericho's walls, the ancient city and its fortifications, the Wall of Contention, and the biblical account itself. We've seen the complexity of the archaeological record at Jericho, with its numerous walls built during the Bronze Age. Despite disagreements among scholars, the early Bronze 3B wall presents compelling evidence supporting the biblical narrative of Jericho's fall. This wall, with its casemate construction and heavy burn marks, aligns with the biblical account of a city brought to its knees by divine intervention. The distinct cultural shift evident in the archaeological record following the destruction of this wall further backs this. From pagan Canaanites to members of the tribe of Benjamin, the city's inhabitants changed, mirroring the biblical narrative of conquest and settlement. However, it's crucial to remember the divergence between biblical and standard timelines. and the need to understand the cultural contexts of these periods. Ultimately, the question of the Bible's historical accuracy is one that each of us must answer for ourselves. But the evidence is there, waiting to be discovered and pondered.